Dreaming is strange. Strange enough that sometimes you wake up, stare at your ceiling, and quietly think, what on earth did my brain just show me? We understand so many things about the world. The deepest points of the Mariana Trench, the DNA of long extinct species, even the weather patterns of dust storms on Mars. But the landscapes inside your dreams, we barely understand those at all. Dreams are the most private thing that everyone on Earth shares. They're instantly recognizable, but almost impossible to define. For decades, scientists thought dreams were nothing more than random brain noise, meaningless, fleeting, a side effect of sleep. But if dreams mean nothing, why does your brain paralyze your entire body during REM? Why does it burn energy, running vivid simulations instead of resting? Why do fetuses dream before they even have a single life experience? The truth is, the rabbit hole of dreams is deeper, stranger, and more complicated than we ever imagined. And today, we're going to follow that rabbit hole through the 5 levels of dreams. From the chaotic doorway you pass through when falling asleep, down to the rare moments where you become aware inside the dream itself. The deeper we go, the less everything will make sense. Every dream begins with a strange, unstable in-between state. Not quite awake, not quite asleep. This state is called hypnagogia. If you've ever drifted off and suddenly seen swirling patterns, flashing shapes, strange geometry, that was level 1. In the 1920s, researcher Heinrich Kluver noticed that people repeatedly described the same 4 visual patterns while entering altered states: lattices, cobwebs, tunnels, spirals. They come directly from your visual cortex, firing chaotically as you transition into sleep. Some scientists even believe dreams first evolved as a way to keep the visual cortex active during the night, so nearby brain regions wouldn't take over that territory. But this only explains why dreaming may have started, not why dreams are so elaborate, or why they feel so meaningful. Level 1 is nothing more than the front door, and once you pass through it, your inner world begins to form. Level 2 is where the dream starts to take shape, but nothing is fully built yet. You feel like you're somewhere, but the environment is incomplete. A house that looks almost like yours, a street that feels familiar but wrong, bright colors, warped proportions, details that should exist but don't. This stage is often called the dreamscape. And the most interesting part isn't what you see, it's what's missing. No characters, no plot, no movement, just a space. A space your brain uses like negative space in art. The emptiness becomes a canvas where emotion takes shape. Researchers call this the void behind perception. The brain begins pulling up memories, not the clean, chronological ones stored in your hippocampus, but the emotionally heavy fragments stored in your amygdala. Fear, longing, loss, stress, desire. These emotional memories swirl together and form a simple, barely rendered landscape made entirely out of feeling. It's still quiet, but everything that happens next will be built on top of this emotional foundation. Level 3 is when the dream finally begins to move. You appear in a scenario. There's a loose plot. Things start happening, but none of it follows normal logic. A perfect example is the airport dream, one of the most consistently reported dream types worldwide. You're trying to catch a flight, but as you walk toward the gate, something changes. The gate moves. You get lost. People ignore you. You run, but the airport grows larger. You try everything. but you always miss the flight. Months later, you dream a similar scenario, except now you're on a cruise ship, or a train station, or a hotel lobby. Different setting, same emotional outcome. So what's happening? In level 3, the brain takes the raw emotion from level 2 and pushes it into one of 5 central emotional themes: identity, desire, fear, loss, conflict. The brain then constructs a story, not a logical one, but an emotional one. Every event, every obstacle, every twist exists solely to amplify the core emotion. That's why level 3 dreams often feel chaotic or frustrating. They aren't written with plot logic. They're written with feeling logic. Your mind isn't trying to show you a story. It's trying to show you your own emotional state. And as the emotion intensifies, the dream transitions to its next stage. Level 4 is where dreams cross a boundary and start to feel independent. In level 3, you're moving through a story your brain created. But in level 4, something changes. The dream begins to feel like it has a mind of its own. This is where people experience recurring dream characters who appear for years, detailed locations they've never visited, dream figures who behave like independent beings, events that unfold even when you try to change them. There are countless reports from people who meet the same stranger in their dreams, night after night, sometimes for over a decade, almost like they grow up together. Others dream of cities they've never been to, with specific colors, street layouts, and shop names, only to discover later that such places actually exist. But the defining feature of level 4 is the feeling that this isn't coming from me. The dream behaves like an external system. Researchers think this happens because 2 layers of meaning overlap. The personal layer, unique to you, your memories, your experiences, your relationships. The universal layer, shared by all humans, instincts, fears, primal templates built by evolution. To combine these 2 layers, the brain uses attractor networks, recurring neural patterns that remain stable but adaptable. Stable enough to appear repeatedly, flexible enough to change with your life. That's why certain dream symbols feel alive, and why some scenarios repeat endlessly, like the universal nightmare of being chased. You don't choose to run. You don't choose to slow down. Your legs simply stop working. And no matter what you do, the outcome is the same. Level 4 dreams feel like the brain is delivering a message using symbols you can't fully control. It's no longer just a dream. It's a system. Level 5 is the rarest and most unpredictable state. You realize you're dreaming while still inside the dream. Sometimes it's magical. You can fly, walk through walls, reshape the world, or explore your unconscious mind like a playground. But when things turn bad, level 5 is one of the most terrifying dream states that exists. 2 experiences appear more than any others: hostile dream characters. Many lucid dreamers try to confront bad characters in their dream. You're not real. This is a dream. Most of the time, nothing happens. But sometimes, the characters turn hostile. They get angry. They scream. They rush toward the dreamer and attack. Some even say, "You weren't supposed to know." No one knows why this happens. Some believe lucidity activates parts of the brain that conflict with the deeper dream layers. Others think it's a fight between awareness and instinct. Either way, it's unsettling. False awakenings. Waking up inside a dream. This is one of the most disturbing experiences reported. You wake up, Everything looks normal. You brush your teeth. You walk into the bathroom. But when you look in the mirror, something is wrong. Your reflection is distorted, or the mirror is the wrong color. And suddenly, you wake up again. Relieved, you start your morning. But the second time you check the mirror, it's still wrong. Then you wake up a third time. Dreamers report looping through 3, 4, 5, even 7 layers of fake awakenings, each one more realistic than the last. Some scientists think the brain flips rapidly between dreaming and waking signals until they match. And only then are you truly awake. But during the loop, you're trapped in a dream that looks exactly like reality. And that's what makes level 5 terrifying. These 5 levels show one thing clearly: dreams are not random, not meaningless, not just noise. They are a layered system. Level 1 opens the door. Level 2 builds the emotional world. Level 3 shapes that emotion into story. Level 4 brings in symbols and independent patterns. Level 5 awakens awareness inside the dream itself. We still don't know why recurring characters appear, why unknown places turn out to be real, why lucid dreams can become hostile, or why false awakenings feel more real than waking life. But one thing is certain: every dream is a map of your emotions, your memories, your fears, your desires, and the parts of you that you don't see while awake. The deeper you go, the more you realize how little you truly know about the world inside your own mind.